Okay, here we are now. We gapped up here above 600 and above initial balance zone of yesterday's trading session. This blue line right here. Now the thing is, the more we hold above, the higher the probability will go further upside, or another case will be this kind of setup, or if we're just going to go straight up. Let's see. At the moment looks very strong. If you would like to see the daily chart, as I was saying in yesterday's video, you can check it out, that this is very good buying area all the way down with this. And and I said as well, if we will be able to rally up to 10,000 or even higher, because at the moment we are short term oversold, and then we have volume spike. Of course, this doesn't mean this cannot go straight down, but I'm not sure if it will go this kind of today or tomorrow. So let's see how far can this hold, and if it goes up to 10,000 later today or later in this week, or if it was just going to retest 9,500 and then have a move upwards. So for this setup, I would like to see if 700 will hold, and I'll try to buy it up, or if the open price will hold, or if this initial balance will hold. So I'm expecting a retest here and then a move upwards. Let's see if this happens. Otherwise, if we enter back yesterday's initial balance zone value area, I will see if I will try to buy it down to 600 for a possible further upside. So I bought right here at this move down the Euro cash open. Let's see if we hold, or if we go just going to retest these lows here and then upside. If this happens, then we'll likely see a breakout and then an 800 retest. If it doesn't, then we might see this kind of formation and then upside. Let's see. So price held support here at the retest of 700. I would like to see a breakout now and a hold above this initial balance high, then a rally up to 800. Let's see if this happens. At the moment slow open. So price failed above here, stopped out break even almost. Let's see if we have any kind of this setup right here, and then we'll have a good long. Key time right here. Let's see if this support here at days open price will hold. Initially support, but let's see if it manages to break out to 700 and then goes even higher up to 800, but then needs to break out this kind of failure right here. So let's see. So we have a series of lower highs right here, straight down at the turn of the hour, but support here at yesterday's initial balance high. This is this level from yesterday's session. Let's see if this holds, and then we rally up above 700, then even higher to 800. But the more time spent below 700, likely to go 600 to retest. But if this holds, then we have good chances for upside. You can see here a breakdown below yesterday's initial balance high. Let's see if we have a move now down to 600, and then we see this kind of pattern as I was explaining earlier in this morning's video. Multiple failures up here, failure at initial balance high. Let's see how far down. Price action is very slow at the moment. We had initial support here at initial balance high of yesterday, initial balance low of today. Then price rally broke out 700, failed to hold above the midpoint here at 712. Let's see if we have this kind of pattern, or if we're just going to hold here. But the more time it holds here, the higher probability will go further down. So I do have 76% chances for that to happen. So let's see. You can see here price every time it gets in inside yesterday's initial balance high. This is the high of yesterday. Every time it gets in, it's getting bought. Let's see if this holds and we have a move up. So this kind of formation up to 800 later in the day. But again, the statistics suggest the more time spent between these levels or below, you have 76% chance to go further downside. Let's see which scenario will play out. At the moment, to be honest, I'm more long than short right here. I would like to see it holding above 712s and 700s, and then goes even higher for this day's high retest, or even 800s later in the day. Let's see. Really nice bounce so far. I bought since earlier this day. Let's see if we have a breakout now, as I was explaining a little bit earlier, and then we see 57s or even 800s retest later in the day. So price keeps consolidating here between these two blue lines with a series. We can see now a pattern of 3 higher lows. Let's see if this is the case, and then we have a bounce up to 57s or even higher. So here what we have to deal with today is that we gapped up here and we are holding above yesterday's high. Every time price got bought here and aggressively rallied. Or the other scenario is that these people which got short right here will have to cover if price goes, I don't know how much above, but if it starts rallying. At the moment the scenario is that we held here above yesterday's high. On the other hand, we failed to rally, so could a short will be good for a kind of gap fill and hold it down until below, I don't know, 550s, let's say. This might happen in the US session as well. This is what had happened in the past. Every gap up move was getting filled immediately to the downside, or every gap up move was failed to, every gap down move was failed to get filled. So at the moment the price is sitting up right now for a 76% chances to go for a new low. The more time it spends here, higher probability will go further to the downside. Let's see. I shorted right here. Let's see if my short will play out. Earlier I was long, but you know, the more time something doesn't work, the higher probability something else will do. So let's see if we go further downside and how much. So here we are again making higher lows. Let's see if we manage to break out. If we finally break out this high, then we might see an acceleration to the upside. But again, I don't know, it's kind of slowing. So if you focus on one picture and you think that we held support right here and this will continue to go up, then this will work. Otherwise, this, I don't know, we'll just try to retest these lows initially. So we can see now series of higher lows as this was the case all the time. Support here, days open price. Support previously at yesterday's initial balance high. This level right here. Let's see if we manage to break out this level here, which is pre-cash open high, balance high in this 57s, and hold above. We would likely go 800s or more. Let's see how this will play out. Again, the long scenario is that everybody got stuck short down here from yesterday. We'll have to cover, and that will bring upside momentum. So let's see. So price here keep consolidating now above these 712s and 757s. Now the more time spent between these two areas, we have 76% probability to go further upside. Another way to see why this downside didn't work 76% is because every time price was going down to this initial balance low and yesterday's initial balance high, got bought, and then trying to push up above this midpoint. Now it holds midpoint for at the moment. Let's see if we go further upside, but we need to break out this initial balance high from pre-cash open, and then potential rally up to 800s. Let's see if this happens prior or within US session. So here we are now, 15 minutes until the US cash open. Price rejected this initial balance high 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, unable to go up. Now retested days open price and held support initially. Let's see if we have any move to the upside, or if we're just going to go further downside in order to fill this kind of gap. At the moment we're just consolidating sideways, and the problem with when gapping up 2% or so is that we have been able to find momentum to the upside. On the other hand, we held very good support here at yesterday's initial balance high, this level right here. So let's see if this kind of continuation holds above these levels right here, then we might see some further upside. If it doesn't, then we might see downside right here, so this kind of level, and we'll either see a bounce right here or even in 600s. So let's see what scenario will play out. So we had initial sell off here, gradually new lows, oil making new lows. This helped the downside. You see here further multiple rejections up here, then initial downside prior to US cash market, resistance here at 700, then further downside. Let's see how it will behave here at 600, and if this kind of scenario happens, which I was explaining a little while ago, and then we have this kind of buying area down here at 600, 580s. Very nice support right here at 60s. Here is how I traded here. I anticipated this kind of potential breakout. Boom, it broke out. Then support, flash down move, support here. 27 points for this one. Let's see how further upside can this go. So we actually see some decent bind here. Once it broke below yesterday's low, it is enabled to fill this kind of gap. That means very strong buying down here. Let's see if this holds though. If it does hold, then we have a possible move up to 700 here or 712, then potential move up to 57s. Let's see. Otherwise, this will just going to fail here at this open price and goes further downside. So price managed to climb all the way up to 700, kind of faked it out here. I shorted here. Let's see if it holds below 712. And then we have this kind of pattern, very short price action over here. So price here kind of held support here, like this is very joke how well it held this initial balance low. All the way up here, I just decided not to close the position. Let's see how far the downside can this go, if it will manage to hold any resistance here, and then we'll have a move lower to test this earlier lows, or even down to 600s later until the European cash close. So here you are a few minutes before the European cash close. We just tested previous low for the day and for the US session. Let's see if this initial support fails, and then we'll have further move to the downside at 600s. So initial support here, still holding some short. It could be a very good long opportunity as well, but let's see how far it is holding, if it's going to retest down 600 or if it's going to rally back up after the European cash close. So this is what happened today, kind of chop price action with clear resistance here, but of course if you were a long biased as I was, you couldn't short it as I didn't short it. So that's it for today, and thanks for watching.